as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
All day, baby, all day. Yellow. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run again.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Bashad Breeland, the one that got him down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside or they can really shred your defense.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 13 yards out, and the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, Charlie. There goes.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lock.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off near the 32. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check nickel. Pilot, 64, weak. Go.
On 2nd and 9, Lock throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hamilton, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 36, Lock airing it out for Hamilton, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf. Hey, check. 61. Matchbox lights. Go. Be grim.
Here's Lock to throw. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Hey, stand on. Kill. Ready? 6-6, pull it high.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And able able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one and another first down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Shotgun snap to Lock. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos.
It's my boy.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams...
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Zach Kerr. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taking it about the 36. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
80 weapon. Rock it.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Look at me. Door. Ready, go.
Here's a give to Lindsey. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Lock. Screen pass to Lindsey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
You draw forfeit.
From midfield, here's Lock. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 39 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't.
On 1st down, Locke completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, 58 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes to the right side. It's Kelsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check.
Mahomes now on first down. And now he'll turn and off his back foot. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Or maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On second down, here's Locke. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Chris Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Down. 15, Lonnie. 15 line. I'm here all day. Watch safety. Leo.
Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. Able to fight through 1 tackle. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
X3, 218, chopper.
Another run by Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Mike 50. Hey, seam 6. Ready.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Yellow. Shoot. Get that quarterback, D-line.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second and 5 now. Mahomes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not that time for Watkins. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now it's Lindsey in trouble in the ball. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He's going to float this one deep right side. It got his man complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 44 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. They go play fake. Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Will Parks. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Chiefs take over.
Replace the win.
At their own
Let's go.
25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Sam off.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
94. Rock it. He's coming. We got to get it.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
10 logo. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Look at me. Door. Jim. Say. Hard.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here we go. 30 base. 50 the mud. Protein spill. Go. Motion. Slam. General West. Big grip.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Greystone, Travis.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly